Potatoes gon' potate, taters gon' tate, and haters gon' hate. So today we're going to Meteora. Meteora is the name of just a region. The actual city is called Calamara, but Meteora is like the name of the place that has all the monasteries. So it's a place of suspended monasteries and a mountain. So we're going there today. We have to get up super early, but hopefully it'll be fun. We're taking a break. We made it to a restaurant that we've come to before. Got a Freddo cappuccino, we're eating a sandwich, and we'll be on our way. It is now almost 8. This is the town of Calabaca that we were driving through, and you can already start to see Meteora because they're right next to each other. And inside of a church, there was a woman that was demonstrating and also kind of talking about different icons and different saints that have different icons, how they're made, what they're used for, and she was kind of showing and explaining the different materials that are put on them and gold foil. So she demonstrated how to put the gold foil on. I'm sorry I didn't get a video of it, I was just so mesmerized, but basically you use that liquid and you kind of wet the edges of the painting, and that's the one that she did, and then you put the gold foil on and with the brush just brush off the excess and it just sticks on. It was also so cool to just see these monasteries up suspended on the cliffs, like you can see this one here, and to see these rock formations. This is the little town down underneath, and the monastery is suspended up there on the rocks. This monastery was under reconstruction, like renovation, but it was a really popular monastery that a lot of people like to visit and really far away. Just from there, a beautiful, beautiful view of the village down here. And the mountains in the background. Actually, I didn't even realize, so this one is the Holy Trinity one. This one's the Holy Trinity one, and then all the way back there is for Saint Stephen. There's also one right there. I don't know who all these saints are, they're just in the Orthodox branch of Christianity, but I'm not familiar with it. There are 6 active monasteries in Meteora today. Only 2 of them have nuns, and 4 of them have monks. This monastery is the only monastery that doesn't have stairs to climb. There's a road, so the road just connects all the way over there. But all the other ones on that side have stairs. And we're gonna climb some pretty vertical stairs. So there are monasteries built on the tallest points of Meteora, which are the tallest rock boulders. And one of them on the tallest is known as the Great Meteora, and its stairs were built in 1922, so up until then there were no stairs. These monasteries I especially wanted to see because I know how like crazy it is that they're just so high up on these stones. There are supposedly 185 steps all the way up to this monastery. So because the old church at this monastery is so old and fragile, they decided to build a new church that is around 165 years old that people can go inside and visit. We're not allowed to take pictures, so just enjoy the ones from the front. I know that they said please no pictures and no videos, but I did get to take some pictures and videos of the front, which was allowed. But then I also took some of the ceilings when we went inside of the church, just because look how gorgeous this is. This was used by the nuns to ring for when it's time to eat. They would hit that wood against the metal. And they also had a well to be able to get water from way far down below. They also had this huge barrel that they would store liquids inside of, whether it was water or something else. This was used before they had stairs to help bring people up and down to the monastery. And this was also used to carry stuff, dump things off, bring things over, move things around from the big mill that they have inside. This monastery is the biggest, most popular monastery that everyone likes to go visit at Meteora. Well, that was this monastery. It was interesting. It's pretty. The views are really pretty. We're going to one more that you don't have to climb stairs for. This monastery is Monastery of Rusano, some guy, but has a lot more stairs than the other one. You have to wear a mask, and your knees have to be covered. Christina's knees are not covered, so she had to wear a skirt. Christina's dress wasn't long enough to cover her knees, so she had to put some kind of skirt thing over, but the other monastery she was fine. This view is cute though. Just the flowers. All those flowers there. All of this. All of this. This is the only monastery with nuns, and they have about like 12, 13 left that decided to take care of this monastery after it had burned down, and then money was donated to rebuild. Then some nuns came instead of monks. These are just some paintings and icons of happenings from the Bible. So cute. Look at that. So we're going to a spring, and I think this is Aphrodite's spring, if I remember correctly. And it's supposed to make you stay young and beautiful. So we don't believe that, but you know, it's fun to think of. So we were walking down some steps, and we were going to a church, like a shrine, a river, and a freshwater spring. This was in the Vale of Tempe. The Vale of Tempe is in the Tempe municipality of Greece and is between Olympus and Ossa. And the Vale of Tempe is at the foot of Mount Olympus, which is like the home of the Greek gods, and the goddess huntress Artemis and her brother Apollo liked to come here. And this river here
The Tempe or Tempe River goes for a little over 7 miles long. And the shrine with the supposed holy water has the spring that has the supposed holy water underneath it.
So the spring is in a cave.
In order to get to where the spring water is coming out, you had to go through a tunnel that was about 20 feet or maybe more, where you had to stay crouched in a position in order to walk through. It was slippery, it was wet, so you had to be careful, and there's some little steps to go down.
You have to bend over.
So all that water from the spring underneath eventually pops out above ground, and so this is what is known as Aphrodite's Spring.
So I guess that spring is just a spring of like the saint of this church that's here, and then this is Aphrodite's Spring. Young and beautiful. It's so refreshing and cold. So it was thundering this whole time and just a little rain, and now it's really pouring down, so we're going back. This is the most open up church, like, to the nature that I've seen. Open air.
So I kept calling this a church, but it's more kind of like a shrine, just because services aren't really held here. It's just more so that people can come and ask for blessings or offerings, or just to say a prayer, light a candle for someone as they're passing through this area.